past the hour, security in New York City and across the state is coming under renewed scrutiny following the beating of NYPD officers in Times Square by a group of asylum seekers. Joining us now is the Democratic governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. Governor, it's good to have you on. There's a lot to talk about overall in terms of the investments that you have made to combat crime, $772 million to address crime specifically. But first, is there any update on the situation with the migrants who attacked the cops, who had said they should be deported? Do we even know where they are?
Well, we know where some of them are, but I have to first say that was an abhorrent act. And anyone who thinks they should have been let loose, I have a big disagreement with. A number of them, we think, went on a bus. They were freed because no bail was posted. I worked hard to change the bail laws in New York State. Those crimes were bail eligible. They had a right to be held. And, the district attorneys may be bringing new charges, but it's frustrating. It never should have happened. And you don't put a hand on a police officer anywhere in the state of New York and get away with it.
Yeah, so did the system break down, or what happened here?
You can ask the district attorney. However, what I have been told by him and his office is that they were not clear on actually who the perpetrators were. It was kind of a chaotic situation, maybe 6 to 8 people involved. They want to make sure they had the right person, but you can hold these people while you're still investigating. You don't let them out. And so you ask for bail, a judge grants it, and then you hold people until you figure out exactly what happened. All we know is there were New York City police officers beaten on the ground by migrants. And that's not acceptable anywhere.
Right. And if they are able to track down these perpetrators, you say they should be deported immediately?
No, not immediately. I want them to go through the justice system. I want them to be prosecuted. I want them convicted. I want them to do time in jail, and then we deport them. Because if we just send them back to their home country, who knows whether there'll ever be any consequences for this act. So no, let them go through the process. But ultimately, they're actually one of the 100 crimes where we can cooperate with immigration services and have them deported.
Governor, good morning. As you say, you've been working on bail reform for a couple of years now, so you have sort of a broad view of this. What is your sense of where the hole in the system is right now? A judge would say, well, I don't have enough discretion to make these choices about whether to hold offenders for bail. The DA sometimes didn't even ask for bail. The cops, meanwhile, are on the butt end of all this, and when the cops, just people walking up and punching them in the face on Saturday night in Times Square because they think they can operate with impunity. So where is the hole in the system as you've studied it?
Well, there was a hole in the system. The bail laws that were changed under my predecessor took away the discretion that judges one time had to say, this person has a history. This person is likely to do it again. This person's crime was so serious, we really don't want them back out on the streets. And that law was changed. I inherited that, and I spent the last 2 budgets literally holding up the budget 1 month late last year to get the changes, to give the judges back the discretion that had been taken away. So where the gap is now, we need more arrests, we need more prosecutions, and we need district attorneys to ask for bail in bail-eligible cases, and there are many, including hate crimes, which have not been included before, crimes like this. And so the judges ultimately have the discretion. So we're asking, we see a disparity. Let me explain. We see a disparity in how this is being applied across the state. Recidivism is now down as a result of these changes, but we see different judges, different views, I suppose, on how this should be applied, upstate versus downstate. So basically, the law is correct. The law gives them the power to make sure that people who will commit crimes again are not put on the streets, like repeat offenders, all this shoplifting that's going on in New York City. I want judges to hold people and find out if there's been a history, a pattern here, and they should not be back out on the streets terrorizing neighborhoods or sweeping the shelves and making these poor businesses have to shut down and leaving a neighborhood without a pharmacy or a place to buy their diapers. It's just wrong, and we're coming at it hard. I'm putting more money for district attorneys. I'm going to sit down with the legislature again this session and figure out how we can toughen the laws. But the bottom line is, we are not going to let chaos reign in New York. Violent crime is way, way down. That's the good news. But now we're going after retail theft and car thefts and some of the other property crimes.